Okay, today we are playing a game on Hanamura. We are playing Reinhardt the entire way through, and there is no SR for today's game because it was a scrim game. And our current team composition is Reinhardt, Zarya, Junkrat, Widowmaker, Ana, and Lucio. So, not a lot to say about it. We got Junkrat to spam into the choke point, and we've got Widowmaker to try and kill the inevitable Pharah they will pick when they see we have a Junkrat. There you go. So let's just start the game. So we're super up to no good right at the start of the game, as we can see right here. And pretty hard to get punished for it. Possible, depending on how quickly they come out of the gate at us. And I mean, you know, it's a scrim, so you would hope they were somewhat coordinated. But we didn't get punished, so it's fine. So now we've gotten into a bit of a scuffle with them, and we're purple now, so that's terrible news for us. We do sort of give up a lot of ground very quickly, right at the start here, because we do just kind of let them body check their way through the choke point right at the start of the round, and then we're purple, swinging into them when we're swinging back and forth with the enemy Reinhardt, and now we've lost a lot of ground, and we've lost Junkrat, so we can pretty much just call this one, you know, we'll write this one off as a business expense, I feel. Yeah. Didn't exactly go super well on the first checkpoint. It's okay. It's Hanamura, so the second checkpoint's like 90% of the map. It's fine. We did give up like a lot of ground really quickly. We just let them like walk through the choke point, basically. When, like, if we got a Junkrat, the goal is kind of to hold them in the choke point for as long as possible so that he can spam into the area. Granted, our team also doesn't have, like, a super beefy front line, so it's going to be kind of hard to make that one happen at the same time, because, you know, Widow Junkrat, right, we have, and so our front line is literally just Rein Zarya, so it'd be a little bit hard to hold them in the choke point for that long, but we conceded a lot of ground very quickly. And then we were purple, and once you're purple, it's all downhill from there, really. So their Reinhardt's in the pit right now, which is very unfortunate for him. We could have collapsed down on him a lot sooner than this, because instead we elect to stay up here, just like in the choke point for a while, but like, is there a Reinhardt and a Zarya and a Zenyatta over there. I was just trying to combine, like, all three hero names into one name right there for a second. So I had, like, 3 strokes at once, basically. So we're not really doing a whole lot up over there. We come over here to try and get him now, miss the pin, and then he gets away scot-free, despite that being, like, the worst conceivable situation he could have found himself in, pretty much. So now he's been nano-boosted. We've managed to block the Earth Shatter. Great news. Now we've been nano-boosted, and there in the Graviton. Could have Fire Striked through the Graviton while we were nano-boosted in here. I've been looking at the Fire Strike cooldown this whole time, like, could we have done it? We could have done it right here. Nano-boosted Fire Strike is better than nano-boosted Swing, so we could have gotten that one in there as well. We Earth Shatter right here, and by that point, it's a bit of an over-expenditure because we've won the fight by that point, so all it did was end up killing Ana as well, but, like, it didn't accomplish anything because Ana just died with everyone else, so it's not like we staggered her. I do have some context in this email over here, and allegedly, the shatter on first defense of point B was a jest at a good friend, smiley face. So, I suppose. It still wasn't a very good use of company resources, though. So we've reset up on the high ground, which is the default position we should be in, because it's a lot easier to get to the low ground from the high ground than it is to get to the high ground from the low ground. So they have a very similar team comp to us, except they have a Genji instead of a Widowmaker. So, potentially a problem for our Widowmaker. She did die to Genji once already, so we'll see if that becomes a recurring issue over time. So, now they're coming up through here. Was that a Pharah? Did I see a Pharah in there? No, that's our Pharah. Okay. We have a Pharah now? Right? Like, I'm not having another stroke, am I? Yeah, that's our Pharah. Okay, alright. I saw a lot of explosions, and I was like, they had a Junkrat. No, we had a Junkrat, but now they also have a Junkrat. I just saw explosions, and I was like, I didn't know what was going on for a second there. I'm an old man, leave me alone. So, They're starting to bully their way up this choke point at us. He did get slept, but then he also got pinned. So he did wake up for a second before being put to sleep forever. So that was a bit of a roller coaster there Reinhardt just went on. So we're pushing up now to try and stagger these people because, well, half their team's dead. So our odds of getting punished for this are pretty low. Oh, here comes their Reinhardt. So we want to kill this boy as well now. Oh, we got him. Alright, easy peasy. So they're pretty staggered now. Bought us some time. Pretty low risk overall, especially since we built Earthshatter up partway through that. Pushed up for the staggers. We got the staggers. Then we got Rein as well right at the end. And then we got to get away. All good stuff. Good times. If you can push up for the staggers, try and do so. Though you have to be careful of overextending, because it is very easy to go too far up while you're fishing for those staggers, and then you die. And if you're on a 2CP map, that can be the round over, if you overextend too much trying to get a stagger. So they're trying to push up through this way, because they went, well, we tried to push up top after. We went middle, that didn't work. So then we were like, let's go top. But then that went so badly, they were advancing on our spawn for a while. So let's just go back to middle. That one didn't go quite as badly, huh? So here comes their Reinhardt. He's tried to give us a smack. They have a Widowmaker now. This Earthshatter, we got Widowmaker. Was Widowmaker all we got? I didn't think we were going to get Widowmaker, actually. I was going back already. I think we were trying to get the Genji with that one, and it just didn't quite work out. That's not Widowmaker, that's Anna. I just saw a rifle. I was like, yeah, that one. But, oh, we're gonna get the Widowmaker. Oh, no, we did. Oh, Farah got the Widowmaker. Oh, my God. So, I don't know what's going on anymore. Well, it's been a good day already, hasn't it? So, that went great. They had the Dragon Blade coming in. Who said that? What's that person say? Sorry, bro, I have no fucking idea what's going on. Hey, that's some relatable content right there. I sympathize. So, they used a few ultimates on that push. And it didn't go... I mean, they used Dragon Blade. Oh, now they have a Hanzo instead. He was like, this Genji business is not working out. I keep getting bullied, so I'm going to change to Hanzo and just, you know, throw trees in there at them. So, I mean, that's a fair response, basically. Just used Infrasight. It didn't really accomplish very much, except they didn't push for a while, I suppose. But, I mean, they weren't going to be doing much pushing from that position anyway. So we can see some people coming up left again. So they're like, fuck, mid went pretty badly. Let's go up again. Oh, unless they're going mid again now? Oh, they're going mid again. Okay, they're like, nah. I still didn't go as badly as the other one. So we're halfway towards Earthshatter again. We do have a lot of ultimates to use right now, so that's cool. There's like talking happening in the background. I'm not worrying too much about that one because the email has informed me that like half of the people in this match are like tryout players, so we'll not fret too much over that. We also lost apparently our actual shot caller because he went to a different team, so that's very unfortunate, very sad. So we got Hanzo on the right-hand side over here. We're coming over here to try and get him. I don't want us to do that because that can happen right there. We're meant to be holding the front line, not going through the backside to try and get the people who are behind us. Yeah, Hanzo's back there by himself, and we want that boy dead, but that's not our job. No, we let Zarya go and deal with that one because she's the off-tank, or just the other people on the team. So they just kind of ran onto the point while we were off there, and then by the time we get back, they threw some ultimates at us, so it was all in all very unfortunate. And, oh shit, well, I guess we won't be touching anything anytime soon. We got the Hamster out here, we got Lucio coming out. Oh, Hamster just got nano boosted. He's going to be out here for a little bit longer. Here comes the dragon, very scary. Oh, a lot of people dying out here. It's okay, Hamster's still alive. He's playing Hamster. Oh, Earthshatter, just see what we can get. We got some men. It didn't amount to much, though. Half our team's dead right now. And then the person, you know, we got the Anna. Nice. Sick. Bubble. Ah, fuck. God damn it. Shit. Life's difficult sometimes like that. So, we'll never know, because it happened in a parallel dimension, but if we didn't go off to chase the Hanzo, we might have never ended up in that position to begin with, because We went off to get Hanzo. By the time we come back, they're already on the objective. So if we were there, it wouldn't have been as easy for them to just waltz their way onto the point. The exact same thing might have happened regardless, but we'll never know. But we definitely shouldn't have gone chasing after the Hanzo. That's not our job as Reinhardt. Our job's to hold the front line, not go chasing people in the back line. Let the off-tank do that, or just like your DPS or something. It's not Reinhardt's job, either way. So, Symmetra's fucking dead already right out the gate, so that's great, awesome. Mr. Happy's probably not too happy about that one overall. So, now, we've got to try and, like, get through the choke point, which is always very fun and enjoyable. We haven't just been able to walk straight through, but McCree just managed to pick the Reinhardt right there, so that makes life a lot easier for getting through the choke point. We're a little bit indecisive. Oh, we were trying to bait the wall. That's what we were trying to do. The email said that as well. I was like, we're being a bit indecisive, meandering in the doorway. No, the email said we were meandering to try and break the wall, bait the wall out of May. We forgot to manage our shield during that period, so we end up... Did it break, or did it almost break? It broke fully. Okay, very bad. The email did acknowledge that part as well, so we'll not fret over that one too much. Basically, our man here was so busy trying to bait the wall and being excited over the fact that Reinhardt got picked off, he just forgot to look at his shield, basically. So, don't do that. That's kind of a big part of Reinhardt, is that big beefy shield. It's kind of his main selling point, so keep an eye on that, but we'll not go over it too much. So, honestly, if he was a little healthier, we might have saved that guy. We might have, like, punted him into orbit instead. So we've got Ana in here. Ana's fucking dead now. They've lost both their healers after the pick on Reinhardt, so things are not going particularly well for them. They actually came, like, close to winning this fight, all things considered. Like, a lot of our teammates are actually dead right now. So it's a good thing we caught that Reinhardt right at the start, huh? Given how well their fight went after the pick. That is to say, we barely won. So our team are going off, trying to bully some men. They managed to pick off the Reinhardt, but we still got to capture the point back here. So by the time we actually get over there, he'll be respawned regardless. So we're about to lose someone. We're about to... Who is it that gets picked off? I think it's Widow that gets picked off. Is it Widow? Someone gets picked off. I know we have to wait for a long time here. Yep, it's Widow. So we're currently arranging with our team. We're going to use a bold strategy. And here's one I recommend doing. In fact, I recommended doing this in a video about Hanamura 1,000 years ago. If you can get your team to do this, which is very hard to do if you don't have like an organized setting like the one we're currently in, which is exactly what we're going to do right now. I recommend trying to do this. So we're like, oh, we're going up mid. Oh, that's pretty standard. That's not very unique, is it? Psych, we're going to drop down. So the reason for this is... Go back a little bit so I can draw on the screen easier. So the reason for this is that you only really have a few options for how you're going to get onto the point on Hanamura, right? The one everyone, like, you know, you'll always try up mid, right? You'll just try and run straight to the objective. The thing with doing that is that you just, like, march down, like, this long bridge. It's really easy to get poked at. You're, like, pushed off. You're getting poked at from up there the whole time. And it's, like, a pretty long way. You're getting shot at in the doorway. Then you gotta go over here. You're getting shot at the whole time. So your barrier's gonna get low on the way over there. You're getting poked at. Oh, God, all sadness all the time, basically. Running straight to the objective is very rarely the best play you can ever make. Like, first point on Hanamura, you usually don't want to run straight at the objective either, like going straight across the rock garden right at the beginning. That shit's fucking hard to do. You're getting shot at from everywhere. It's just like this long march all the way to the objective. You want to go around one of the sides, but again, like, you know, you go through the room on the right-hand side. That's the easiest way to get your team to go, usually. But, like, left-hand side, either way, just going straight to it is not really what you want to do. And that's the case with a lot of maps, really. Like Volskaya second checkpoint, just going straight at the objective from the doorway is, like, next to impossible. It's just such a long distance you have to cover. With, like, a Reinhardt comp, anyway. If you got a dive comp, you know, you circumnavigate the issue by jumping over it, you know. But if you got, like, a Reinhardt comp or an Orisa comp, right, that is basically impossible to do. You've got to go around one of the sides, pretty much. So, your other options, right? So we don't want to go down the middle. That's sadness. So, alright, we go up top, you know, the other way. The thing with going up top is that that isn't a very good option either, because you come out on, like, this top case over there, and they're looking at you from this doorway the whole time, shooting at you, and you've got to walk all the way from the right-hand side up. You can take cover out there to get your shield back, so that's okay. But then you have to go through that really narrow hallway for a pretty long time to get to actually get up here to even start fighting them, right? And then they can just, like, move back over here, and they're backing up from you the whole time, so, like, you've got to, like, get on them real quick, basically. But you got to go through this narrow area. If they got a May, you get fucked. If they got a Junkrat, you get spammed at. It's all very sad times still. It's, like, I usually prefer that way over mid, just because if you win that fight, you get control over the high ground, but if you push through mid, there's, like, no guarantee they jump off the high ground to fight you. They might just sit up there and spam down at you and then jump down and kill you once they've picked someone off, right? So, instead, here's what you can do. This is basically the only other option you really have, because, like, what's the other one? Go that way? Oh, fuck, that's, like, a very long and a weird path that isn't even that good, is it? So, instead, you can go this way. Now, good luck getting your team to do this in just, like, a random match on the ladder, but if you can, good for you. And the reason for doing this is just a way better angle to walk to the objective from, basically, because don't forget as well, is that, like, usually there'll be people up there, but, like, their healers, they like to sit back here, right? And if they got, like, Widowmaker or Hanzo, something like that, they might just be sat over here, like, spamming out that doorway over here. So if you approach from this side, you're completely shielded from anybody who's behind the objective until you get onto the objective itself. So, no sweat there, no big deal. You don't have to, you can just, like, completely disregard that area until you're on the objective. So great. No, like a Zenyatta, he'll probably be back here. No Discord on anybody, good times. You're still getting shot at from this angle, no doubt about that, so that's unfortunate still. But they'll see you do that, and they're gonna be like, what the fuck, a lot of the time, and jump down anyway. But you're coming from this angle, so you're getting shot at by less people net if you just go, like, straight down this way. This is very rare, everybody's just sat up there. If there's a Torbjorn, he's back here. If there's a Bastion, he's back here, you know? All snipers are back here. Anyway, so you're covered from that angle. These people will still shoot at you, but it's less people overall than going that way. And, like, you can just march straight onto the objective from cover. And then you can engage on anybody who's back here, which is most likely to be their supports. Like, an Ana is almost always sat back here in this corner, because that's just, like, I can see the people up there, and it's really hard for people to get to me. Maybe a Genji will come around this way, but then I can just, like, grenade him, and he'll be, like, sad, right? So they love to sit back there. So if you really want, if you know there's one back there, you can just, like, march straight around this corner and kill whoever's back there. And you just walk on the point. Yeah, they're shooting at you still. Oh no. This is also a little bit better, because there's actually a large health kit behind you as well to support you, whereas if you go up mid, there is no such allowance. There's a health kit up there if you go that way, but that's got to go through the narrow tunnel of death, so you sprint straight at them. If you get into, like, a little bit more of a poking back and forth over in this angle, which you might, because you can see straight up there at them and they can see straight down here at you, so you might get into a poking back and forth. There's a large health kit back there, so that helps you. So this is just, like, pretty much the best angle of approach you can get on this map. It's still, like, not fantastic, admittedly, but such is, you know, the unfortunate thing of having to walk onto an objective that's just a big open square with no cover anywhere around it. Ultimately, it's never going to be a great angle of approach, because what you're approaching is not a very nice place to stand. But this is about the best one you can do compared to the other options. So if you can get your team to go over here, which is a lot easier if we're in, like, a scrim setting, obviously, good luck getting your team to do that in just, like, a random ladder match. But if you can, it's pretty much the best you can do. So this fight was going really badly, but our Zarya fucked up her Graviton, basically, right behind us. It hit, I think, It hit somebody right as they jumped in front of them, so it basically only caught the one person. And then Zenyatta was using Transcendence as well. We managed to kill Hanzo, because we could pin him. Zenyatta didn't take the pin for him. If you're going to use Transcendence to block Earth Shatter, or to try and save people from Earth Shatter, make sure you take the pin for whoever the Reinhardt's going to try and pin, because once he sees Transcendence, he's going to be like, I'm just going to pin whoever I can get. You're Zenyatta in Transcendence, you're invulnerable. So you take that pin for him. But Graviton didn't go well. People got killed behind us. Very tragic, very sad. If the Graviton was better, we would have probably won that fight, because it was going pretty well overall. But unfortunately, what can you do? Well, you can not miss the Graviton, but we've got no control over that. We're playing Reinhardt. So I've decided to just go upright this time rather. Whatever, fair enough. We tried one way, it didn't really work out. So we decided to come this way instead. We're very optimistic, but it went well. So, hey, optimism pays off sometimes, doesn't it? So we've managed to catch the Ana and the Zarya. We walk right past the Zarya to kill the Ana, because obviously we're more concerned with her than anybody else. We're low, but it's only Genji here to try and kill us. Oh, I thought we had the bubble on us still, but tragically, no. Well, even if we did, sometimes it still knocks you down when you countercharge the person in the bubble. That's the thing that tweaks me the most about Reinhardt right now. Yeah, grab that doorway, don't let him through. It's like the bubble interaction doesn't work out properly. Like, it doesn't know what it's gonna do. Every time I countercharge somebody with the bubble on me or the bubble on them, like, something different happens every time. Like, sometimes we'll both get knocked down. Sometimes neither of us get knocked down, which is the least sensible option. Sometimes, the one without the bubble will get knocked down, and the one in the bubble just kind of stops charge. Like, the charge just basically abruptly ends, and he has full control over his hero still right afterwards. Something different happens every time. So that's the thing that tweaks me the most about Reinhardt right now. So we're actually gonna do a subtle switch over, because the game gets paused, and basically we don't see much resolution on that one. So now we're suddenly way in the future. We can see that they captured 3 points, but didn't capture this. They didn't get the second checkpoint again. So now we have to do our second round of attack. So we're going up and around. We're up to no good right now. I think, are we doing Symmetra strats? We might be doing Symmetra strats. Do we have a Symmetra here? No, we don't have a Symmetra. We are going for, wall stretch. Yeah, let's go. They're like, what the fuck? Oh my god. Oh, that's tragic. That looked like it should have worked. Ah, no, just slightly. Just at the last second, he got off to the side. That's unfortunate. Or we turned like a little bit too sharply to the left to try and catch him. Either way, just barely missed the guy. That's one of those ones where at the time you're like, what the fuck, that didn't pin him? That probably would have gone a lot better if we did pin him. So, like, you know, we go for all this foolishness right here. We lost Lucio right as that's happening. Well, I don't know. Both our supports got picked off, so we might have still lost that fight regardless, but yeah, we just barely missed the Reinhardt. So that's very unfortunate. If we did pin him, that would have probably gone a bit better. Though we lost both our supports regardless, so maybe not. So now our Mei's changed to Widowmaker. We won't get the benefit of surprise twice in a row, so fair enough. Might as well change off of Mei, right? Well, you know, we could go for some other wall strats instead and go up like the left-hand side with it or something, couldn't we? You know. So I suppose we could still, but now they're still sort of warmed up to it, aren't they? Warmed up, it's Mei. Juxtaposition is funny. So now we're trying to march our way through there. Reinhardt backed way the fuck up. Did we fully rotate our body right here? No, we didn't. Okay, I was like, please use the rear view mirrors. No, we did use the rear view mirrors. Okay. So now we're going up and over. So, yep, this is like a good way to attack if you can as well, because you're basically never exposed to the enemy team until you're right on top of the objective. So you get to like push right up with a full shield and then just like march right on them and start a fight. Just going under is, like, also okay, but going up is just, like, extra safe if you can get your team to do it. Could we have taken this boy off the edge? I might have been willing to do that since he's nano boosted. That's pretty steep. Like, maybe just barely. Because he was nano boosted, I would have probably done it if I could, but I don't think we quite had the angle for it. Because usually it's not worth charging the other Reinhardt off the edge because you just go 1 for 1. That's not a very, like... Yeah, we've got the spawn advantage, but it's not usually a very beneficial trade for you. But, like, if the other Reinhardt is nano-boosted, I'll do it. Because then yeah, we traded, but I also took an ultimate for it as well. So, as long as I didn't have Earth Shatter ready, it was worth it. As far as I'm concerned, anyway. I also will just literally take any excuse to charge somebody off the edge, frankly. Like, you know... A long time ago, like, first 6 months of the game being out, they data mined out this voice line for Reinhardt yelling, "It was worth it!" Which we can only assume was a voice line that was going to play if Reinhardt charged somebody off the edge. And it's a good thing they never put that voice line in the game, because that would be all the encouragement I need to charge somebody off the edge literally every opportunity presented to me. So it's a good thing they didn't put that one in the game. So we're just trying to march straight up the front right now, try and snowball them. Their Reinhardt just went off the edge, so yeah, they killed Lucio, and that's very unfortunate, but we have Earth Shatter, so this is great news for us, frankly, because now we get to do this. And we just walk forward, and we smack the men. We got Dragon Blade as well. Reinhardt will be back here sometime today. He actually went left, I guess, instead. Well, he got back, but the fight was already over. Yeah, might as well nano boost the Hanzo. Why not? There you go. So even though we lost Lucio right at the start of that one, they lost Reinhardt effectively for it at the same time. So great news for us. And look at that. The game just ended suddenly right there. So let's have a gander. Oh, look. It's also a scrim. So, I mean, I guess fair enough. Yeah. Yep, game's done quick. Good times. I watched a Smash tournament, so it's not out of nowhere, but, like, I don't have a Switch. I haven't really watched very much Smash Brothers, so I guess it's just like, you like fighting games. This is a new fighting game. Yeah, you're right, I do like fighting games, but the fighting game, like, that I like, the fighting game I play is about to have DLC come out in, like, 1 day. It might be out now. No, it's 1 day from now. I forgot what day it is. It's 1 day from now that boy's coming out, so good times. I'm too poor to afford it, but good times anyway. So there'll be more people playing the game, which is great news. So instead, they elected to go with this one instead. I still like Northern Lion. All good stuff. My man. Good stuff. Don't know who this person is, still don't watch him out of spite. 4-2, the history of Super Mario Bros. Most infamous level. Is that its most infamous level? I never played the original Super Mario Bros., to be honest with you, so I don't know. The indie story, a most absurd character. Yeah, I'll watch that. You know, you've got me figured out right there, algorithm. I love stories about Dungeons and Dragons because they are invariably the most ridiculous stories ever. Which is tabletop role-playing games in general. Here's some recommendations for you. I recommend going and reading these stories because they're great. So, first off, Call of Cthulhu story, The Tale of Old Man Henderson. Fucking incredible story. The only man to have ever won Call of Cthulhu. Oh my god, it's beautiful. It's incredible. Some brief stories, or brief excerpt from it. The protagonist of the story, Old Man Henderson, is angry because they've stolen his retirement fund, which is an immense collection of lawn gnomes. So that's how you know it's going to be a good one right there. A Warhammer tabletop one, the Tumble Dryer of Blood. I don't think I need to go further into that one. What's another good one? What was it called? It was a wizard who was a clown. It was like Bobo the Clown or something like that. You type in like D&D clown wizard story, you'll find it. Also a really good one. There's one I'm forgetting. Oinkbane. It's not an actual story, but go look up Oinkbane. Really good story. The Diplomancy Bear. and it might be Disguise Bear, something like that. It's a story of a character who played a person who played a bear character, but the bear was spec'd entirely into charisma. So the bear was able to convince people that he was a regular person, and to cut the story short, he ends up becoming king. But nobody knows he's a bear. So that's also a good one. I fucking love Dungeons and Dragons stories. Oh, there's also the Google Luchador Dragon Dungeons and Dragons, or Luchador Wrestles Dragon Dungeons and Dragons story. That's also a good one. A Luchador wrestles a dragon. What more do you need to go on than that? D&D stories are fantastic. They're wonderful because they're always just the stupidest shit that somehow worked out or failed in the most spectacular manner possible. I love them. Good times. By the way, we were playing Overwatch earlier. I don't know if anybody's aware. Dungeons and Dragons is really good. It's really good, okay. So is there anything in the email? Real quick, let me just peep that, see if anything else happened. Let's see, some more context for things that happened in there. In the recording when I was going over ults, it didn't catch what Frosty said very well in the game, but I said, Genji just switched. Okay, whatever. I don't even know what that part's particularly in reference to. So yeah, nothing else in the email. Anything stood out to me in particular? Probably just like when we gave up like a lot of ground really early on the first Hanamura. Like we didn't fight very hard over the choke point. Whereas when we had like the Junkrat, so we were pretty invested in holding the choke point. Because as soon as they get through the choke point, Junkrat becomes a lot less good, pretty much. So there was that. Nah, I can't really think of anything else, but now I'm just really thinking about, like, the story of Old Man Henderson, because it was really fucking good. That's a classic right there. Yeah. Great talk, team. Great talk, great talk. So thank you very much for watching if you did. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer. If you haven't already, you can join our Discord and ask questions more directly and have a conversation about them, or just shitpost with us. If you enjoyed the video, which you probably didn't, but if you did, please like the video and subscribe. Oh god, it still feels so bad. And I hope you found the video helpful.